Hi there, welcome to our kitchen. I'm Philippa Forrester, this is James Martin, and I'm on a very steep learning curve. This time of year, Christmas, I'm fairly organised, big family, lots of people coming round, which I love, and I'm good on main courses. I've always got everything in, and then I think, I want no little snacks or nibbles, or, you know, when people just ding-dong.
Ding-dong, knock at the door.
And then they arrive, and they want alcohol and stuff to eat quickly.
I think the thing about Christmas, you've got loads of stuff going on, and you want to create something that's quick and easy. And that could be a soup, it could be a little sort of paste that you can put on toast, which I'm about to show you. It could be an element of this dish that you can take and not just use for a breakfast dish, you could have it for brunch, or you could have it an evening meal as well. It's a classic sort of bean puree. Use these canned butter beans. We've got some canned olives here, we've got red peppers, some blush tomatoes, bit of tomato puree. People, you know, general stuff that people have got in their cupboards as well. Touch of lemon, garlic, and obviously some bread. So just any ciabatta will do, really. And a bit of basil.
Now, at Christmas, we all start to get a bit silly, and the portions just get massive and massive and massive. By New Year, you can't eat everything on
Don't know about it. Speak for yourself.
The nice thing about the cans, though, is that, you know, it's just, you know exactly how much you're getting.
Well, generally, yeah, I mean, the size of the can dictates the size of the portion, doesn't it, really? But generally, with a small one, you're looking at sort of 2 portions. The larger 300-gram ones, you're looking at 4 portions, particularly for a puree like that.
Which is less waste. Which
Precisely.
Is good in my book.
I mean, it's really, really simple, this dish. So we take some of these butter beans, which we're going to drain off. Now, this is just a simple puree. It's a very, very easy little dish. But you can actually incorporate this, if you wanted to, in a very simple soup as well. Butter beans are an amazing ingredient, particularly out of a can in soup. All you do is sweat off some onions and some garlic, throw the butter beans in, bit of chicken stock, bit of veg stock, bit of double cream, blitz them, you'll have a soup in about 2 or 3 minutes.
That really kind of hearty soup
Hearty
as well.
soup, but what
really
we're going to do is
yummy.
end up with something very similar to hummus. I mean, I like hummus.
I love hummus.
Well, this is kind of like, obviously that's done with chickpeas.
Yeah.
This one's done with butter beans.
Okay.
But what we do is take a little bit of olive oil, just a touch.
So actually these are quite healthy ingredients as well, given that it's Christmas and we're not really eating healthily most of the time.
This is the only vegetarian dish you'll ever see me make. The only one. Garlic. Now, garlic is a great combination with butter beans, but at Christmas you'll end up with a load of gadgets, none of which you'll ever use. You've got the old curly pigtail thing that makes the cucumber thing.
Gathering dust.
Throw it in the bin. Get your can, garlic crusher. Done.
Okay.
Save your money.
Yeah?
And buy the book.
Who needs a gadget? Chop
that out, all right? And the thing about garlic is when you use it in its raw state, it's very, very strong. So, you know, a small amount, that's all you're going to need, really. So a touch of lemon juice. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Bit of salt, not too much. And then just give this a quick blitz. Just use one of these stick mixers.
So those butter beans, because they've been sitting in a can, are they less nutritious or does it not make any difference?
No, I mean, the great thing about sort of canned food in general is that, you know, you're getting the ingredients at its best. And, you know, it's a great way of preserving those ingredients, so you're getting them, you know, actually when they are at the best, things like sweet corn, for example, you know, absolutely delicious. And chefs use them all the time. Particularly, I think things particularly things like butter beans and, you know, lentils and things like that. People haven't got the time to soak them. I mean, in particular, butter beans, if you were going to do this, you know, with the dried butter beans, this would need to literally soak overnight, 24 hours, soak in water, you need to drain that off, and then they're going to take probably about 3-4 hours to cook.
Which is what puts me off from using beans.
Yeah, I mean, longer. And also, the common mistake is when people are cooking beans, from the dried state, they put salt in. The minute you put salt in the water, as they cook, they start to break down. So the great thing about these, not only are they seasoned straight out of the can, you can just blitz it, and you've simply just got a simple little dish. I mean, that's kind of like a hummus dish already. Mix this together.
But then I saw you adding salt there. Is canned food not got salt in it already?
No, I mean, it's generally it'll say on the back of the can. And also with things like this, you know, you need it with water. Try not to go for the ones that are brine. These ones.
Okay.
All right. So this one in particular, go for the ones with water. The olives and brine that we've got in here are perfect. All right. So what we're going to do is drain these off. So we simply got our puree done. And we take our black olives.
You see, give me one of those, because I would never have thought of canned olives.
Yeah, well, wait and see, wait and see.
They're lovely. They're very nice.
So what we're going to do is just chop these up, roughly.
You just don't want to chop them all up, obviously.
Do you know black and green olives are the same thing?
No.
Yeah. They're just
Are they not off different trees?
left longer on the tree.
I didn't know that.
There you go. Right.
Mind of information.
Useful information, or useless information. Right, so we've got our olives here. It's just a simple, I mean, I love this mixture. I serve it a lot with cod. You know, it's really simple. Olives, these stuff here, wood roasted peppers. They come from Spain.
They're packed with vitamin C.
Absolutely delicious stuff, these ones. And all you're doing is just simply
That's
making
nice.
a little salsa. But then we take, I mean, it's just the colours of that on their own. Some fresh basil. Delicious. Fresh basil. Now, normally you're not supposed to chop basil because it actually...
What are you
makes it
doing over
black.
Christmas?
I'm working.
Yeah, at my house.
But literally, all you're doing is chopping these ingredients. And like I said, this dish, you take elements of all these dishes and break them down. You know, the great thing about this, not only could you use it as a quick snack, you could just stick that on some toast. But if you cook a piece of fish, if you've got a piece of pork, you know, something like that, that combination underneath a nice pork chop, delicious.
So from a practical mum's point of view, if you kind of had those things on your regular shopping list, you could use them in lots of different ways.
I mean, the great thing about this, you buy them throughout the year anyway, don't you? You know,
exactly.
Things like the canned olives, you know, the canned beans. Generally, people have got them in the cupboard. And things like the wood roasted peppers. As a special treat, these are sun-blushed tomatoes. You know, not the conventional sun-dried tomatoes, which a lot of people go for. Sun-blushed is taking the cherry tomatoes and half-dry them.
Okay.
They're far sweeter, I think.
So they're not as extreme.
Yeah, try those.
Thank you.
Particularly go very well if you've got things like hummus and stuff like that.
Well, they're much more sweet.
Yeah, much sweeter, but I think really, really good to look out for. And also great, give them away as a nice sort of present. We've got some bread here. Obviously some ciabatta. So decent size sort of bruschettas. You know, for me, really, I have a pet hate, canopies at Christmas. It just reminds me of weddings. Rows and rows of vol au vents. You know, sausages on sticks.
Don't you have lots of towering things at your house on French toast that no one can really eat?
Sausage rolls and all that kind of, I can't stand any of this. I like that's a Yorkshire canopy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Proper food. We take some olive oil.
Yeah.
Just a good drizzle of olive oil. Now this will add flavour to it when we char-grill it. But then what I'm going to do is just grab a bit of tomato puree. Now you only want a tiny bit because this stuff is really, really, really strong. All right, tiny.
A really tiny.
Yeah, I mean
tiny
literally.
bit on the end
yeah,
of the
because
teaspoon.
you want
Okay.
it tiny bit. It's an option. You don't have to put it on if you don't want. Just purely an option. Straight onto our griddle, like that. Now the secret when you're cooking on griddle pans.
Because the cooking on griddle pans can sometimes be a bit smoky.
Well, I'll get you one of these for your Christmas present.
Okay.
But these are actually very, very straightforward. The secret of that is you always oil the product, never the pan. It's the big mistake. People will buy these and just get the olive oil and go,
Yeah.
smoke everywhere, nightmare. You always oil the food, not the griddle pan.
Right, now I know.
But also you need to make sure it gets really, really hot.
Yeah.
You know, and leave it on the heat for literally about 10 minutes before you come to use it.
Why would you do it on a griddle pan and not just under the grill? Is there
Because,
more flavour?
because I like to make things pretty. You know.
Okay.
Nice. You know, if you put it on the grill, you end up with toast. You know, don't you?
Yeah.
You do it this way, you end up with nice
Posh
sort of...
toast.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, just means that I can charge you £7.50 for this
Yeah.
instead of £2.50. But what we're going to do, carefully, we'll just lift this off on a griddle pan like that.
Yeah.
Just lift it off.
So make sure it's not sticky. Just keep
Yeah,
your eye on
generally
it.
it won't
and then...
stick. I mean, my dad taught me how to cook when I was a very young age, and he said, you know, particularly with griddle pans, he said cooking is very, very straightforward. When he was cooking fish, he always used to put it in a pan. You know when chefs tell you to leave it alone? And when I was 6 years old, he told me, you know, he turned around and gave me the best bit of advice I've ever had. He said, treat this piece of bread like I treat your mother. Leave it alone, it'll be perfectly all right. If you mess around with it, it'll never work. So just leave it alone, don't touch it, and then after about sort of 2 minutes, then you could just
But
get,
also,
you know.
just from a woman's point of view, if you pay it lots of compliments, it will definitely be better.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is just turn this over, like that.
Lovely bread, isn't it?
It's nice bread.
Beautiful
Yeah,
bread, isn't
nice
it?
bread.
Beautiful bread.
You like that? Yeah, thanks. Like that. It's nice, it's pretty, you see?
Okay.
And then we take our nice piece of bruschetta. And the only thing you're going to get from me for Christmas is this thing. And then you can take a couple of
Seasonal
slices of these.
napkin.
Yeah. And then we can take some of our puree, which we've got here. First of all, we'll put our olives and our peppers on. It's just a great combination, this. Like I said, great with fish, great with pork. Take elements of this dish and use them for whatever you want.
And really hasn't taken any time at all, I have to say,
No,
which is
I mean, it
perfect for
doesn't
Christmas.
take-
Because you don't want to be in the kitchen on your own all the time when
I
everyone
don't
else
have
is
a
having
choice,
a nice time.
Philippa, I don't have
well,
a
it's
choice.
all right for you, but that's not what I want for my Christmas.
There you go. And then what we do is put a few bits of these sun-blushed tomatoes on the side. You know, just to add a nice little sweetness, because it's, you know, too much puree can be too much. I know you like the old generous sprig of basil, which we'll put on it as well.
I'm also looking at that thinking, surely that's not got that many calories in it, has it?
No, hardly anything. So I've got no cream in here, no butter, hardly anything. Very Mediterranean, simple little dish. It's a Yorkshireman's canopy. There you go.
Beautiful.
Happy Christmas.
Thank you.